Okay, let's talk about these terms: complementary, supplementary, and congruent. First of all, I want you to put all ideas of angles and math aside. Let's talk about what the word complement means, okay? Complement with an I might be, oh, I like your shirt. Oh, I like your backpack. Complement with an E here means two things pair very well together. If you and your friend, you do everything together, you work well together, you problem solve good together, you are like two peas in a pod, right? That means that you complement each other. Your personalities mesh really well, okay? Complement has to do with a 90-degree angle, okay? Two different angles. It could be 30 and 60. It could be 45, 45. It could be 20, 70, whatever. These two angles, they pair so well together that they create a 90-degree angle, okay? Now we have supplementary. Supplement often has to do with adding something extra. So if you take vitamins to supplement your food, that means that you're taking extra vitamins to get your nutrition. Or if you take a supplement shake for supplemental meal, that means that you are doing something additional to eating to make sure that your body has nutrients, okay? If your teacher gives you supplemental work, that means that either you finished all of your work and you need more work, or you need extra homework for extra practice, okay? So when we talk about supplemental angles, that has to do with 180 degrees. Two angles that equal 180, okay? It could be 60, 120. It could be 180, two different angles. It could be 70 and 110, okay? But these two angles equal 180. Now, you can distinguish these because complement starts with a C, right? C comes first in the alphabet. And you have to have 90 degrees first, right? You can't have 180 degrees without at least a 90 degree in there somewhere. So C comes first, 90 degrees. Then you have S. Is later on in the alphabet, so it's 180 degrees, okay? Now let's talk about the word congruent. Congruent means the same, okay? And if you're talking about two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal line, okay, like this, you create a supplemental relationship here, okay? These two angles are supplements. But the reflecting angle here, which is the same as this one, okay, those two angles are congruent, meaning they're a copy of each other. They're the same type of angle, okay? It's the same degree. So if this was 110 degrees, this has to also be 110 degrees, okay? And same with here and here. If this is 70 degrees, this has to be 70 degrees, and these two angles are congruent. They're the same measurement, okay? Why does this have to be 70 degrees if this is 110? Because this is a straight line here. And if a straight line is cut into two parts, together they have to be 180 degrees because a straight line is always 180 degrees. If you ever see this type of angle with a square here, the square always means 90 degrees, always. That's how you distinguish if it is exactly a corner that is 90 degrees. Okay, this is a feature of every square, every rectangle. 90-degree angles on the corners. Okay, so to review, complement comes first. You have two angles that pair really nicely together and give you 90 degrees. Supplement is more than 90 degrees. S comes later in the alphabet. It has to do with a straight line, which is 180 degrees. The two angles equal 180. If you have two angles that are exactly the same measurement, those are congruent. Okay, great job.